How's it going, guys? And welcome back to some more, well, Silica, technically. We're just jumping in and looking at the patch notes for now. It's going to be a quick 5-minute video, if that. Maybe a little bit more as I go through everything. Guys, if you like the content, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button down below. Very much appreciated. So, most of these improvements we've already seen in previous videos that I've covered. And via the beta branch, basically. The beta branch is a kind of like a testing branch where you can it's not the live game, so the servers are different, and you can go in and test all the recent changes that are starting to be made by Dram, and then he adds on to it as it goes on until it's ready for a patch, basically. So there are bugs in the beta branch that wouldn't be in the live game because you go and test, you find a bug, you report the bug, he'll try and fix it before he drops it into the actual the early access title. So we're going to start. So fixed: when a strategy mode ended and restarted, clients could not select a team and had to rejoin the game. So that was quite a nasty bug. Basically, if at the end of a game, once it's all finished, you try and select your new team before the timer would start, count down to 0, and it would either throw you into spectator mode, or it would just not allow you to spawn in, or just crash out on that screen. That has now been fixed, which is absolutely great. That's great for persistent server hosting, so that's going to be absolutely amazing. Fixed units were deselected when clicking on the minimap. So if you selected a unit, clicked on the minimap, and then tried to move them, it wouldn't do it. So that's fixed now, so you're able to use the minimap a lot more. Fixed: player unit icon remained when the player got into a vehicle. So if this is mainly if you're in commander view and you've given, say, your friend a light quad. You give them a light quad, and then they get in it. And then their player icon remains, no name, and their character model will stay there for a short while as well. So that's good. That's been fixed also. Fix: submerged crabs are now considered concealed and cannot be targeted. Okay, that's interesting. So if you submerge a crab in front of someone, they'll be able to see you for, they'll know exactly kind of where you are, but then they'll become concealed, so you can no longer see them. Okay, that's fair enough. Harvester did not stop when the ramp was opening. Okay, so that's a pretty important fix. Now we're going into my harvester video here, where if you try to get the ramp to close down, so you can jump onto the harvester and start taking control of it, the harvester would just continue to move, which means you'd either have to follow it and try and get the ramp to come down, or you would just give up in the end, basically. So the player list did not correctly indicate commander in the multiplayer. So this has actually been in the beta branch for a little bit now. If you go into if you hold tab and you bring up the map and the players in game, it'll highlight now who's the commander of which faction, which is great. Removed empty text input field in strategy game mode settings. I assume, I'm not quite sure what that is, but I assume that could be text on making a server, possibly. I'd have to ask Dram on that one, but yeah, not quite sure what that one is. When the chat window is active in commander mode, the camera does not turn on Q&E. So that was quite prevalent. If you was in commander mode and you opened up chat, you start typing away, use E and Q, and your camera starts spinning. So that's now been fixed as well. Scoreboard only enables cursor on, mouse down. That's good. That means you can actually just look down the leaderboard without having to move the mouse in all other directions to do it also. So it kind of makes more natural sense. AI controlled vehicles do not get destroyed when driving near a construction site. So it's quite prevalent. I was first brought aware of it because harvesters are quite big boys anyway. Harvester driving into a construction site and instantly detonating. That's now been fixed. So the harvesters and other AI vehicles won't kill themselves just driving into a construction site, which is cool. I've done that one already. Alright, okay, no, I haven't. So pressing the mouse to get the cursor in the scoreboard fired the infantry, weapons, and vehicles. So, yeah, that's been fixed. So if you go on into the map, you'd have to actually press one of the click buttons to activate the mouse input. So you can actually, go down the list of people and stuff. So that's now been fixed. So you'll no longer shoot your weapon and stuff. Chat could spam the console when unsupported characters were used. So I didn't actually know about this one. So unsupported characters, I assume that is Japanese, Chinese characters, when used, could spam the console. Okay, fair. Chat history is no longer cleared on team change. That was one that Dram found last week when I was streaming. I think I was streaming my celebration stream. Was in the beta branch at the time, and the chat would clear every time you like switch team, or it was also when you died as well. I'm not entirely sure if that's been fixed yet, but I'll investigate and get back to you on that one. But I believe it would be fixed, unless it's actually in this list. I haven't got to it yet. Minimap did not use the correct fog feature when changing teams, leaving it white. Yeah, so if you look back in some of my streams, if you haven't already watched them, you'll find that between games, I've switched teams, and my minimap is just white, making my minimap pretty much just useless. So I'm glad that's been fixed. Not being able to cancel production of units on clients. Yeah, so it was a fixed thing, and then it became unfixed, and now it's fixed again. So you're able to cancel production of certain units from the factories or the barracks. The player view cone on the map was not updated if in a unit. No. The player view cone on the minimap was not updated if in a unit. Huh? I assume in a unit as in a vehicle. So the player cone, if you look on the minimap, you've got like a cone of view that you can see into the fog of war. I assume when you jump to a vehicle, it didn't update properly. I think that's what that means. Changed. Crabs can no longer submerge on structure premises. That's good. That means the crabs can no longer bury themselves underneath buildings. The main menu fade to color from white to dark grey, so it's no longer getting absolutely flashbanged from the moment you go back to the main menu. That's great. Yeah, I've shown a massive interest in that because sometimes I just don't expect it. Like I'm in the middle of a game, I come out and I'm just instantly flashbanged. So that's been changed. Added, scoreboard can be opened anytime. Pretty self-explanatory. The scoreboard displays the number of players, which is also good, so you can tell how many players are in a game if you're actually playing in that game. Added, server list updated on filter changes. So yeah, we've got filter changes now. Also, region lock is now gone. So just an FYI, you no longer have to change your download region in Steam to be able to find servers, which is also a very good thing. Support for kicking players. So now hosts can kick players. Now, I've spoke to Dram because it's come up as an issue that certain server hosts may be losing their game and they'll decide to kick enemy players to try and get an advantage. So we did discuss it, and he did express maybe a vote to kick system might be better. Guys, let me know down below what you think of that. Would it be better, or would you prefer just the host be able to kick someone? If you do find that you're being griefed by being kicked from servers, every weekend and sometimes during the week I do stream Silica on YouTube. And I only kick players if they are griefing, like if they're killing friendlies, or they're just either being nasty in the chat or whatever. Then I will warn them, and then if they continue, then they get kicked. I will never kick players for being too good. It is what it is. That's what gaming is all about. So if you find that you can't really find a server, jump on in. We'll have some fun, and it doesn't matter. Right, okay, where was I? Added light machine guns at the top of the harvesters. So that's going back to my harvester improvements videos. There's 3 machine guns on top of the harvester to kind of dissuade dissuade aliens from camping the top of the harvesters out of view and trying to kill the harvester from up there. I mean, there are other nook and crannies in the harvester you can take down as well, but it's an overall good thing. And the cone of arc of firepower from the harvester is not accurate. It's not like you get insta killed by the harvester. It's just a nice little bit of harvester defense. It can shoot at a 45-degree angle to the ground, so it doesn't shoot right directly under it. If something's coming at it over a hill, it can fire upon it. It won't do that much damage, but it's there. And if a crab gets on top, then they can shred the crab pretty quickly. Right, harvester ramp is now open with views. So that's part of the video again. Yeah, you go underneath the harvester, you click E. It stops the harvester where it is. It opens the hatch, and you can go in there. And the same thing applies for when you're in the harvester. If you want to get back out without having to jump and try and to kill yourself, pretty much from the full damage. There's a button inside of the harvester main bay that you press, and it lets the ramp down and lets you out. So it's a two-way system. It's good. Coloring a text chat by the team. So, and the next one I thought I'll go over as well. So when you join a game, the text chat is now colored by team, so red being Centauri, blue being Sol, green being Alien. And if it's in italics, then it's on your own team. So they're in team chat basically. So if you're on aliens and it's aliens green but italic, which is like slanted angle writing, then you know they're talking to team chat only. And if it's green but just normal, then they're talking in all chat. Same applies for Sol and Centauri. Chat highlights commander messages. So yeah, when the commander does message in game, it will be highlighted as the commander is talking. 3-minute teleportation cooldown time after teleport for each local player. So teleport spam is now a bit more dissuaded. So you'd take an infantryman from the barracks, you'd go by a rifleman, you'd go through the teleport, you'd teleport over to, I don't know, your friend that's in a buggy waiting at the alien base. Right, so you teleport there. You get killed. You got a 3-minute cooldown from the moment you teleported. So it's less teleport spam, but it's not enough to dissuade you from using the teleport again. It just gives a cooldown, basically. Crabs can now be instructed to submerge by assigning a stealth move order for now. So if you're in commander mode and you're controlling, say, 20 AI crabs and you come across a hover tank, beforehand, there was no way you could submerge those crabs. You'd have to be a player to be able to submerge the crabs. So you have to actually have control of the crab. And use control to do that, by the way. Now, you hold control and hit move. Those crabs will now submerge. So it's a great feature. It's given the crabs their ability that they're good for, which is being able to submerge and come out and ambush things. So I'd like to see some gameplay on that. That'd be absolutely great. That'd be funny. And then the last one, which is a refinery improvement, which is so good. Removed outer trusses on refineries. So if you look at the old refinery, you've got these massive steel beams that stick up in a square at the entrance of each side of the refinery for the harvester to go in. The harvester normally gets stuck on them. So what's Dram done is he's cut off the top and cut off the outer side of the trusses. So now it's a nice clear platform. There's still right-hand trusses, but you find if it's an AI harvester, if it just clips it just a tiny bit, it automatically teleports back into the bay. And if it's a human player, it's just easier in general. So that is all of the patch notes for today. Now, guys, I will be covering more of the beta branch as things gets improved, as I will do as normal. And I will be looking to play on the beta branch if there's something substantial over the main branch on the Silica Sunday streams and the other streams as well. So, guys, if you want to play any games, jump on in. I'll be live this Sunday at 7:30 UK. I've got 3 keys of Silica to give away. So if you've got friends that don't have keys, you've got a chance to win them. If you don't have the game yourself, there's a chance for you to win the key also. I'll be giving one out, 1 per hour. It's about a 3-hour stream on a Sunday. So, yeah, 3 keys over the span of 3 hours, 1 per hour. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, give a like, subscribe. I'm going to get this video out as quickly as possible so you guys can just have a look over the patch notes with me. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.